My name's John Marston. I'm here to bring two men to justice.
With the relatively disappointing announcement that Red Dead Redemption is only being ported to the Switch and PS4 instead of getting a full-blown remaster as rumors claimed, many RDR fans are looking to scratch the Western itch without needing to pay $50 for the port. While the Red Dead Redemption series is widely considered to be the pinnacle of cowboy gaming excellence, there are still plenty of other titles that fans should check out if they're wanting a similar experience. Here are 10 games for those looking to put their digital spurs on and saddle up with. Number 10. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Long before Red Dead Redemption developed an intricate system of survival mechanics, Metal Gear Solid 3 pioneered the idea of a man becoming one with nature and using it to his advantage. Both games have completely different settings, as Metal Gear Solid 3 focuses on warfare during the Cold War, but in terms of survival, the games have a lot in common. MGS3's subtitle Snake Eater refers to a military operation, but it also has a dual meaning as its main character can eat snakes for sustenance. Number 9. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Zelda is another important game that might not seem like it has much of a connection to Red Dead. After all, Zelda is an all-ages fantasy adventure that has a much different tone than Red Dead's dark, gritty, violent world. However, the aspect of surviving in the wilderness is closely linked in both games. The weather plays a huge factor, and RDR's hunger mechanic can be equated to Zelda's health system. In fact, Zelda has arguably a better system for cooking food with an assortment of ingredients, something that becomes a bit of a chore in Red Dead Redemption. Number 8. Grand Theft Auto 5. Red Dead Redemption is often referred to as GTA Wild West, and honestly, that's pretty accurate. Both games are developed by Rockstar and more or less have very similar mechanics. That aside, both games share a similar narrative tone and have similar themes. Their stories and character arcs are all about surviving and making a path for oneself amidst a world of crime, so there are plenty of comparisons to be made between the two, despite their vastly different settings. Number 7. The Gunstringer. The Gunstringer is a game that came out during Xbox's Kinect era. It takes place in the Wild West with cowboys and outlaws, but the game has a much more goofy and zany tone to it than Red Dead. Still, if you enjoy that setting, then the game is still a great time. It's basically a rail shooter that has players utilize the Kinect to take down bad guys. It doesn't have an intricate storyline or compelling characters, but it's perfect for honing marksmanship skills. Unfortunately, you'll need to dig through some boxes and dust off your Kinect in order to play it. Number 6. Mafia. From a pure gameplay standpoint, Mafia is very similar to Grand Theft Auto, which, as mentioned earlier, bears a close resemblance to RDR. Mafia is about a man trying to make a name for himself in the world of organized crime by rising through the ranks. That, alongside its open-world gameplay style, makes Mafia an easy recommendation for fans of Rockstar games. However, since the game takes place in the 1930s, its time period is much more closely linked to Red Dead Redemption's world than Grand Theft Auto's. It's a period piece that's as much about the time it takes place in as it is about its characters. Number 5. Red Dead Revolver. Red Dead Revolver might be a controversial addition to this list since it might be a part of the Red Dead Redemption universe. Either way, Red Dead Redemption is definitely a spiritual successor to it. In many ways, it was Rockstar's trial run at making a full-fledged cowboy game. While Red Dead Redemption takes everything that Red Dead Revolver did and cranked it up to 11, it's still a game worth revisiting to see where Rockstar's take on the Wild West first started. Number 4. Desperados III. Desperados 3 is a bit different from Red Dead Redemption gameplay-wise, but both share the Wild West setting. Instead of being an action-adventure game, however, Desperados 3 is a tactical strategy game, where players have to clear enemies using stealth and teamwork. If you're looking for a different take on the Wild West from Red Dead, Desperados 3's setting can give you that. While Red Dead Redemption focuses on the later part of that era, as the age of cowboy lawlessness is starting to phase out, Desperados 3 takes place decades earlier when the Wild West was still in full swing. Number 3. Fallout New Vegas. There are many things that set New Vegas apart from Red Dead Redemption. Fallout has a slightly different setting with its post-apocalyptic wasteland, and the series is a first-person shooter that leans heavily into its RPG mechanics. That said, the Wild West spirit of Red Dead and New Vegas are more or less the same. Both involve taming the untamable landscape of the West while helping or betraying people along the way. While they are completely different gameplay experiences, the two titles offer a similar vibe. Number 2. Gun. Before Red Dead Redemption broke into the scene in 2010, Gun was the pinnacle of Old West cowboy gaming. While the heart of the Wild West is alive in Gun, it's primarily an action-adventure game and doesn't have the same survival mechanics that Red Dead Redemption pioneered. Still, the game takes place in the Old West and is perfect for getting a gamer's cowboy fix in. Plus, it doesn't hurt that the game has a compelling storyline and a cast of all-star veteran actors to provide voiceover work. Number 1. Call of Juarez Gunslinger. If you're looking for a Western gaming experience that specifically features a wide assortment of notorious individuals from the Old West a la Assassin's Creed, Call of Juarez Gunslinger is for you. While Red Dead Redemption generally avoided that sort of thing, Call of Juarez fully leans into it. Even though it's hard to say that Gunslinger is completely historically accurate, it offers a different take on the West than RDR, so it's worth taking a look at if you're a fan of the era. Plus, its first-person shooter gameplay is excellent. So those are 10 games to play if you're a fan of Red Dead Redemption and looking to live your best cowboy life. For more on Red Dead Redemption, make sure to subscribe to Dual Shockers.